the Unfiltered Doll, baby, where we are going to get into some grown folks' business behind the jail walls. If gossip is not your thing, baby, if you turn around, there is an exit sign at the door with letters that glow in pink. We left you some fried wing tips, just the tips, on the table. You can grab a few of those. I'm sorry, we ran out of plates. We don't have any foil nor napkins. Grab a couple of those tips. Head on out. We love you so much. Thanks for stopping by. Now, baby, let's get into this mess. Well. Shouting out and thanking phone calls from prison, baby. Listen, I don't know how she gets the text messages. She's like a magician. You know, she pulls a rabbit out of her hat, baby, and she just makes things happen. So shout out to sis for getting these text messages. Baby, we got company. Now, I did a video before because Tasheema, I called her something else. But hey, her name is out here in the open. Her name is Tasheema. And Miss Tasheema texts Nesto first, okay? Now, I'm new, so I don't know whose algorithm I'm in, right? I don't know what part of YouTube Tasheema frequents. But Tasheema, baby, if you are listening and you hear this, I don't want to be too mean to you, but baby, it seems like I don't know if it's the glasses. Maybe the font is too small. Maybe you're typing too quick. Baby, you're going to have to take your time. If you're going to be talking to us, baby, we need to read these out loud, honey. We need to know what you're trying to say, okay? I had a difficult time, but what I do know is Nesto is in the money, baby, okay? Nesto said, I'm going to tell Sonya somebody didn't text me. I'm not Sonya. What's her name? Lord, Nesto, you got so many women all of a sudden. I'm scrambling the names. Nesto did tell Sonya, hey, somebody named Tasheema texted me out of the blue, but he sure was chatting, wasn't he, y'all? Oh, baby, he was chatting up a storm and, you know, putting on his act. And guess what? You know, this raggedy son of a, you know what, got the audacity to spell everything like he needs. I can actually read what he's saying. Tasheema, now, baby, she took Nesto's place. Tasheema is Nesto's typos on steroids. I'm just keeping it real with you, baby. Tasheema, honey, baby doll, you need to work on that, okay? Because you're texting us, not just him. Now, let me repeat. Nesto did tell Sonya that somebody reached out to him, and what he had said was, she reached out and said, can they share scriptures and to pray for her son? That's also behind the jail walls. That's not what she said. Unless I'm wrong, get in the comments and let me know. From what I got from her original message, that she wanted to share scriptures with him, just letting him know that the reason why she decided to message him is because her son is in jail, and she knew that she can reach out to him through that same system where they send those text messages. Maybe I'm wrong, but she damn sure ain't said nothing about praying with Nesto about her son. She wants a praying relationship with Nesto only. She ain't said nothing about the son in the prayers. Unless I missed that, right? But we're going to get on into this, baby. These are current text messages. We are in 2024. And Nesto, I don't know how he unscrambled it and he decided to send a message back. And this is what he said. Nesto says, hi, how are you? Thank you for reaching out to me. I want to first inform you before going further that all my communication with anyone on the outside world has been recorded and publicized. So that will more than likely include our conversations as well. If this is within your comfort level, then I shall proceed. I'd like to establish a foundation first, though, with a few questions. How did you come to know who I am? What made you think to reach out to me? Who is your son? Is he an inmate here at Cobb County or another facility? What gave you the impression that my faith in the Father above is great enough to pray and share scriptures with me? My faith is very strong, but I'd like to hear from you on your thoughts. Would you mind sending me a pic so I can place a face with our conversations? You are correct when you said other people relate to our individual testimonies as people in general, especially those of us who go through hardships, trials, and tribulations. What is your testimony? How is your son holding up? Stay strengthened. Maybe I'll hear from you again soon. God bless. Again, I want you to be aware that speaking with me means social media and bloggers will broadcast our conversation as a result. And that could possibly be harmful to your reputation as they've already ruined my own. Now, who in the Sam hell wrote this? Baby, don't worry about them pings and dings you heard. Please excuse me. I am logged on to my corporate job. Okay, I work from home. I got a part-time job, baby, and I work from home. Excuse the rings and dings. Listen, okay? Who wrote this? I have questions because I know you lying. You mean to tell me when you write us any other time, it's a bunch of BS that we got to unscramble, unlock, and try to figure out what's going on? And with Tasheema, you decide to pull out the software and your best words? Well, ain't that about something? The only thing he spelled wrong in here was, I don't even know. I can't even find it. So, she did text back and she said, and let me tell you something. Tasheema, baby, if you listening, this is a mess. Baby, I don't know you from a can of paint, but didn't I make you look pretty? I made you look pretty because I know Nesto do like pretty girls. So I didn't do you too bad at all, baby. I made you look real good, okay? Now, please keep in mind, I can't read this as smooth. You know, it's not going to be a smooth reading, all right? Because Sister Tasheema is, that baby can't type. No, she can't. I just want to say the font is too small for her. I don't know what's going on, baby. I need you to make sure you go in and get you an eye exam and see what's going on, baby, because I don't think you can see what you're typing. But let's try at it. Let's try to do it. And I am going to try to clean it up in the best way I can, baby. I'm not a miracle worker. Breaking news, baby. What we will not do is stress out and get a migraine making the attempt to unscramble Tasheema's messages. What I'm going to do is give you a summary of what she said to Nesto, and then we're going to fall into what I feel like is the juicy part, okay? So let me tell you what she said in my own words, okay? Now you can go to the file and read the messages, baby. We can't even do all of that around here, okay? So let's get into what she said. Pretty much, Tasheema was explaining to Nesto the history behind what was going on with her son. She let him know that he is also behind the jail walls. They are not in the same facility. And she let him know pretty much about her son's upbringing. She was a baby when she had a baby. So what her mom did was her mother played the mother role and the grandmother role to allow Tasheema to still have her childhood. So they all were in the same house. However, her mother took over. What she's also explaining is she thinks that her mom really took over that mother and grandmother relationship because her mom lost her only son as well. Okay. We can't, you get what I mean? Now, I know other content creators are definitely going to read it verbatim, so you can definitely get that there. And you can also, if you are part of Phone Calls from Prison's Patreon, she drops the file from everybody if you just want to go read it for yourself. Sounds like there's some struggles. I believe her mom is no longer with us as well. So I believe she did lose her mom. She has some regrets about, what happened with her son and all of that. So she's just speaking about how she's, had some aggression, sounds like some depression, things like that. I really don't want to spill her beans like that because I'm more so focused on her agenda with Brother Williams and why she's trying to take Sonya's man. Okay, so let's get into that part. Damn it, Tasheema. How are we supposed to read this? Are you doing this on purpose? Is this a play? Which one of the subscribers then went on up into this system and said their name was Tasheema? Who did it? I want names. Y'all know we nosy, and we gonna read this man's business out loud. Did somebody set us up? You're not going to tell me this lady types like this. Jesus. Did y'all type this and then just enter random words just to mess up everything? Huh? Some of us, we don't have patience, and I'm one of them. I'll be back. She also said something about the picture that he's asking for. She's trying to let him know that she's trying to figure things out. She says she doesn't really know how to work this type of app on her phone. She said that she's going to try to send him pictures, but she's also letting him know, Mr. Williams, my face and outside means nothing. It's about one's heart and being real, coming or around, knowing the motive. If all possible, I just want to support and share scriptures and give advice. I know I can learn no matter where a person is at. I know not to take or ask for prayer from just anyone or everyone. I also learned the hard way not to let any pastor put their hands on my head after they prayed for and thrown to the ground. I've listened to another look down on First Judge. Tasheema, baby, I'm trying to work with you, okay? I'm trying to work with you, Tasheema. Basically, what she's trying to say, one can look good, baby. I think she was throwing some shade at Sonya. One can look good and clean and honest and got good game. Whole time manipulating so good after they believe they helped and support you. Whole time nothing but the devil in disguise. Seeing a face really don't mean anything, Mr. Williams. Well, you better go off, sister. Now, I know I had to stumble, stutter, and have a hard time with trying to get that out. But, baby, that's a word. Let's read that again since we understood that a little bit. She said one can look good and clean, honest and got game, but the whole time they're manipulating so good, and they make you think and believe that they're helping and supporting you. Whole time nothing but the devil in disguise. Seeing a face really don't mean nothing, Ernie. That's what she said. I didn't say it. She said it. Okay. Now, in between this message here, Nesto is saying hello to somebody named Paula and saying, hey, I'm just now seeing your message. I don't know who Paula is. I guess he knows who Paula is, but I don't see any more messages from her on here. I know that's right, Nesto. You better stay booked and busy. My God, and today, this is a mess. So this was Nesto's response to the two messages that Tasheema sent. I am not changing or altering this message. This is exactly how he typed it. I completely understand all that you're saying, and it seems you had to grow up faster than you may have wanted with having a child as a child. Many people have experienced the same, especially back in the 60s and 70s. I'm not sure how old you are. I do understand what you went through, as my eldest daughter had her first child when she was young and I was last to find out. It impacted our relationship somewhat, but I do understand your situation. I will say that you never answered any of my questions. Like, how do you know of me and how do you know I'm a man of God? Answer that when you respond. God bless. Nesto also says, I still need a picture of you so I can see who I'm speaking to. Laugh out loud. And then he sends a message and says, good morning. God is all time. I hope you have a good. So, okay, Nesto, what, you didn't use the software today? What he tried to say to her was, good morning. God is good all the time. I hope you have a good day. My God, pick and choose. What are you going to do here? 1 minute you want to be the author. Now you know what I'm saying? I can't. Come on here now. Nesto sends another message. Let me tell you something. Now, he did mention to Sonya, again, I said this in the beginning of this video, he did mention that someone randomly texted her. She really didn't even feed into that. I don't know if they spoke about it on a visit or, via the phone, or maybe they wrote a letter about it. But baby, listen, he said, I'm going to try to get all I can from whomever's reaching out to me. He says, hello, Tasheema. What city are you from, by the way? Just curious. And how did you come across to know who I am? If you like, I can share some advice or insight on some of the ways you can possibly repair the damage you feel within the relationship you have with your son. Coming from a man such as myself, who has some experience and wisdom, you may find what I share helpful. I don't know the situation completely, as in how you feel after losing close members of your family, but I will say that your son can look forward to your support once he comes home. And if he has kids, your grandchildren, that will be a blessing. Nothing can bring back those who have gone, but it will still be a blessing to look forward in the future and something that would help mend old wounds. See, this is how he gets certain women. This is how he gets women. He comes across as if, and I know he's writing and possibly using some type of software, but you have to understand he has a way to manipulate. He has a way to pull out these different personalities. And if you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you're dealing with damaged goods, meaning you're going through something yourself, it's easy to fall for something like this. You get what I'm saying? We know he ignorant as all hell. But women, even women watching this, depending on how they're feeling on the outside and the inside, they're going to write this man and they're going to fall for his tricks, even though everybody is doing the content saying and pulling out his red flags. There's just women who this is their cup of tea, unfortunately, baby. And it's quite a shame. So Tasheema says, hello, Mr. Williams. Nesto says, I pray for you. The light of God surrounds me. The presence of God watches over me. The power of God protects me. Wherever I am, God is. Remain strong in the Lord and the power of his might. We walk by faith and not by sight. This is what helps me every day. Well, come on, Ernie, sounding like Shirley. Sounding like Shirley Strawberry. You better go ahead. This man. So Tasheema responds and says, hello. And she says, hello, Mr. Williams. This damn app wasn't letting me send anything. I just said hello just to see if it would go through. And it did. See if you get this. Thanks for the prayer. I'm okay about advice. Me and my son is good now. I just had a meltdown, which I distanced myself. So hurt. Here we go. Now, shit. Tasheema. God damn it. I thought since the app wasn't working, you were about to help us out here. And this shit's a mess too. Did we put the parental advisory notice on here? I hope we did. I cuss a little bit. If you don't like cussing, I'm sorry, but I'm cussing today. My God. All right. Let me see here. And take 112. Hello, Mr. Williams. This damn app wasn't letting me send anything. I just said hello to see if it would go through, and it did, just to see if you would get this. She's thanking him for the prayer. She says she's okay about the advice for her and her son because they are good now. She said she had a meltdown and she had to distance herself because she was so hurt, knowing that she can't get that time back. Okay, so she said that she just needed to get stronger and better and getting her emotions together. She wanted to get her emotions together, but she says she still be hurt and she misses her baby even though he's grown. Even though he's grown, that's still her baby. Now, she said, giving your advice, having time to do it, I hope you and your son are doing great and he still hears from you. Listen, baby, one thing Tasheema's going to do, baby, she can't type nor text, but she is going to try to gather him and put him on to some tea, baby, when she can, okay? So she letting him, you worried about my son, baby. You need to be worried about you and your son, okay? That's what she said. She said it. I didn't say it. So she says, let me ask advice from you, okay? So I met this man, and he helps me out. He does look out for me. I told him about my son and family, and he also spoke to them a couple of times. Now I guess he's so comfortable because he helped or looked out for me. So he talks about my son and my friends. Should I check him or allow him to do it? He's the one looking out for me because I'll cuss an MFer out and let him know, don't ever speak on mine and F you and the crumbs you're given. What would you do? Now, Tasheema, baby, you said the man was helping out and looking out, but you got to understand, baby, we are no longer in the day and age where the women is asking these men for $40, baby. You got to up the, you know what I'm saying? You got to up the price. $40 ain't this. There's an inflation going on out here, baby, because if you said he helping and looking out and then at the end you said it's crumbs, baby, you got to stop accepting them $40. I hope you're not opening up that Tootsie Cat like you open up your purse for that $40, Tasheema. And what I want to say is this, are you putting this scenario out there because you're trying to get his advice so you can say to him later, well, you told me not to let that man talk about my son and my family, but you let Sonya do it. This is how I think. You know what I'm saying? Because I just find it mighty strange, odd, and suspicious that she's asking him advice based off of a man that's in her life, helping her out, looking out for her, but he got comfortable and he starts to talk about her family members and she's not going for it. To me, It sounds like I said, this whole thing sounds like a play to me, but who am I? Like, who am I? Okay, so then Ernest says, I received your message, and as of the new guy, you should not have opened up to him so soon, because people definitely will get comfortable and use the info you've shared against you. I think you should reinvent yourself and decide what you want for your future. Look in the mirror and evaluate yourself. Take note of your likes and dislikes. Don't allow other people to pass their values and opinions on to you. You're worthy of happiness, and you have to believe that. Then Ernest says, I would always demand respect for my family, lies, garbage, and bullshit. But a person can have an opinion about what he thinks. He's entitled just like your family can have an opinion about him. People tend to speak about things they know little about or don't understand. It's the human nature in people. But since you feel a certain way, I would explain that to him, that his help is appreciated, and maybe his opinion about what he thinks can even be heard. If you feel offended by his remarks, communicate that to him. He's a man and should be able to accept what you have to say, especially if he's in your life for the right reason. You can respect his mind without accepting his views. I'm good, though, maintaining. Blessed to have breath in my lungs. But are you going to answer any more simple personal questions that I've asked? Laugh out loud, reread my messages. Now, see, Nesto about to get fed up because Sonya don't read his damn messages. Tasheema, you just new here. You got to read the damn messages and pay attention to what the man is asking. He's frustrated. You the one that went down to the jailhouse bothering him. He didn't bother you. Answer the damn questions, Tasheema. Nesto continues, time is precious. Maybe you shouldn't spend it on pettiness if you feel it to be that way, but only you know what you want. And right now is the woman's time to capitalize in society. Uh-oh. The magic word. More women are in powerful positions more than any time before. Take advantage of the opportunities you have. If you feel you can do better than this guy, you probably can. You're free with the liberty to explore. Do that. You see, y'all getting into this game. See, he makes anybody who seems like they're in need, he can't help it. He wants to make it seem like he got the answers for you to make your life better. But in order to do so, I'm gonna need you to send me $1K via my Zelle or Venmo. Do you got Cash App? You get what I'm saying? You know, he just can't help himself. What a shame. So Tasheema does respond, and baby, let me tell you something. She gonna get him together every time she can, even if she got to make it seem like she talking about her son or somebody else. She's gonna deliver the message the best way she can so that he can look at his current situation with Sister Sonya Soldier. And she says, Mr. Williams, how are you? Wanted to tell you something. I've been telling my son to stop talking on that phone. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you. Everything that she's typing here is really it's a mess. Okay, scrambled eggs, it's just a mess. Scrambled dry eggs of a mess. Okay, and basically what she said is she's trying to tell her son to stop talking on that phone. You know, people are free on the phone and they can say what they want to say, but when you're in the jailhouse, you got to be careful about running your mouth. She said that can possibly hurt one that is in jail. So she's just saying that she's a mother with a boring life. So people act like they don't want to listen to her. And she's just pretty much telling Nesto through venting about her son, stay off the phone saying stuff that you ain't got no business saying so it don't hurt you in the end. And she pretty much says, Mr. Williams, you for sure know that the world is hearing you. And I know you're sick of hearing it. Others have asked you to stop talking. I know it's a lot of times that you feel you need to vent and explain and you need to get some help to fight what's going on inside. But she told him, write everything down and give it to your lawyer. Like when things come to you and you need to write it down, give it to your lawyer so they can read it and fill in the pieces. Give it all to your lawyer and stop talking on that phone. If you don't know, I am summarizing her messages now, baby. I already got a migraine. I'm just not going to, it's a lot. So then she says, and then she told Arthur Williams, You have to take the back seat and get out of the driver's seat. How can God help you if you keep trying to take the wheel? Baby, I know that's right. How is Jesus going to take the wheel if you the one driving? You better preach today. She said, maybe this has been your biggest storm. And of course you feel I have to do it all or get all the help I can. But it's not true. If you've been charged now, all of it doesn't matter if it's one charge or many charges. If you didn't do anything or any of it, all you need to do is pray and ask God to lead you. And your attorney, all you have to do is let your fight be behind the scenes where your lawyer is helping you fill in the missing pieces. Then she clocks him again. Hope you and your son speaking and doing great. You know how our kids can be. I went a year. I was wrong. And if anything had ever happened to my baby, I would have never forgave myself. I let my emotions take over. I said nobody will ever disrespect me again, especially my kids. I was mad that my son didn't listen to something that was big. However, like I said, this too shall pass. And I am summarizing, baby. I'm not about to sit here and embarrass my damn self trying to read what she done wrote here. I'm telling you what she said in my own words, okay? And what she's also doing, she's not saying what Sonya is supposed to be saying, right? Baby, Sonya, you got a problem on your hands, baby. Tasheema, I don't know who Tasheema is. They say, listen, the people in the comments are talking, baby. People think that we don't know if Tasheema's a real person. We don't. However, whomever Tasheema is, baby, she is not Team Sonya, and that is for damn sure. And she also told Nesto, I believe your son is so used to you being strong and confident. Now, no matter what the storm is, he knew his father would be able to fix it and figure it out. Only temporarily, once hearing you so much on calls, he's like, who is that? That's not my dad. I don't have a cash app. She ain't say that. I added that in there. Oh my God, this is so stupid of me. She said, on the outside looking in, I think your son put you up on a very high pedestal. And then when he's listening to the calls, it seems like you're someone else. A lot of times we think we need a paid lawyer. Not true. You build your relationship with your lawyer. They'll like and respect you as a person, and they'll work hard for you. My son had a public lawyer, a public defender, I guess is what she's trying to say. Make him take a plea. I kept telling him, no, you're great. I know you can do it. We went to trial and she won. Alone, better with God only. So we're going to stop right here because this can be part 1, baby, and we will do a part 2. This should only be 2 parts for her messages. I don't give a damn what Sonya is saying in this particular document. Aren't we tired of hearing her? I'm tired of hearing her mouth and her fingers. So we're going to do part 2 tomorrow with Sister Tasheema. And baby, tell me what you think.